Hello viewers, this is your Michael from Studio, bringing you a new podcast from my separate called Boruto Review. And I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to be so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain zero adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain zero adult language. If you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, I need you to get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. So basically, this episode starts out like this. So we see Kawaki, in his classroom at the Ninja Academy, still undercover, protecting the princess, Kaya. I think her name is Kaya. I think it's pronounced Kaya, the princess's name. But, I'm just going to call her the princess. So basically, Kawaki was keeping his eyes on the princess. And that's when he may tell Kawaki that, I overheard you and Dad last night. So basically, I know that the reason why you're in the Ninja Academy in the first place, because you're on a secret mission to attack the princess from from harm. So basically, Kawaki was kind of amazed that he may overheard his conversation, his and Naruto's conversation about his undercover assignment. So basically, he may want to help Kawaki with his assignment to make sure that the princess is safe. And Kawaki was like, wow, was hesitant to even say anything to Hime because he doesn't really want her to get involved. This is his nation and whatnot. So basically, he doesn't want Hime getting involved in with his nation and whatnot. So anyway, we see Azra. I believe that's how her name is. The spoiled witch girl with famous parents, in the classroom, and she has a friend who's kind of like Dinky, that makes scientific ninja tubes and whatnot, named Neon. So basically, Azra is the spoiled. It's like the spoiled witch girl in Ribe and Hime's class, and Neon is basically like the geeky. It's basically like the female Dinky, but all the difference is she hangs out with Aja, who treats her like crap. So anyway, it was lunchtime, and basically everyone was eating their lunch and whatnot. So basically, Weaver was keeping his eye on Princess, and that's when Ikai told him that, I know I know that something was telling Kawaki that I know that the whole summoning thing was a whole fluke. So basically, that doesn't count as as me challenging you, but Ikai who has a cut on the princess say that I believe that you're up to something. So basically, I will find out what your true intentions with the princess is. So basically, not only that Weaver has to worry about Hime getting involved with his mission to attack the princess, he has to deal with Ikai, finding out the truth about him. He has to do with Ikai, finding out the truth about him and why he's finding out the truth about him. So anyway, the princess went left and went outside, and she was eating one of those hot dogs with noodles in it. The hot dog buns with the noodles in it. She was secretly eating one of them outside somewhere, I believe somewhere on a balcony, rooftop somewhere during lunchtime. time, and basically, and Crocky, keeping an eye on her was like, wow, I did not know I did not know you eat those type of buns. So basically, the princess is kind of shocked that Crocky, spooked her a little bit, but she was like, she explained it that, as a princess, I can't be seeing the people. I can't be seen eating food like this in front of people. So basically, that's the reason why she was eating the bun, outside where nobody can see her. So basically, Coffee said that it must be no fun. It's kind of sad that you being a princess, you can't really do anything. You can't really get to know your classmates because you have to hide yourself. You have to really hide yourself from hide your true self from your classmates. So basically, the princess after what Crocky said to the princess, the princess started to got an idea. So basically, she decided to throw a tea party. And that way she can get to know, or for her classmates, and that way she can get to know her classmates, and her classmates can get to know her. And basically, and Crockett was like, oh damn, I must, oh man, like, oh damn, oh man, I did not know my comment will lead to her, during the tea party and whatnot. So anyway, meanwhile, back in the school, Asra decided to draw her own tea party, was thinking about doing her own tea party as well, but the princess beat her to the punch and announced to the whole class that this weekend I'm having a tea party this weekend. So basically, Asra got pissed that, that pissed that the princess is doing what's going to do a tea party on the same weekend that she was thinking about doing her own tea party at. So basically, Asha was like, what? I'm going to get her back she decided to take revenge on the princess and decided to ruin her tea party. Whatnot. So basically, later that afternoon, Clarky was like, was hesitant to go to the tea party because he doesn't really know how to act during a tea party and whatnot. But he still has to keep an eye on the princess in case someone tries to assassinate her and whatnot. So basically, Clarky was been over that maybe that nothing bad will happen at the tea party, but and that's what he made tried to help Clocky out, and prepare him for how to behave at a tea party and whatnot. So basically, the tea party. So basically, the weekend came, and the tea party, and the tea party started and whatnot. But before that happened, told that the princess made a special cake for the tea party by herself. So basically, hoping that this cake will show that will show the rest of her classmates that what type of person she really is, besides a princess. But shows that she's hard working and whatnot. So anyway, tea parties happen, we was there, he was there, etc., and basically, we started off rocky at first at the tea party, but he knows how, he managed to put it together and whatnot, and that's when Asra decided to, start to put her grandparent to sabotage the princess's, tea party. So basically, put her grandparent into sabotaging the princess's tea party and whatnot. So anyway, the princess went to go get the cake and whatnot. So basically, when the princess left to get the cake from her house to get the cake that she made for the tea party and whatnot. And all the class members were kind of relieved that the princess left because they still feel uneasy around her, and felt at ease that when she left to get this cake, they could be themselves, cause it's the class, the rest of the classmates besides Rive and Hime were like was still and also they still felt uneasy being themselves around the princess, and acted in a way to in a friendly way. That way the princess won't be defended by who they really are or whatnot. So anyway. So basically, the princess and her servant came out with the cake, that she made, and basically, cut the cake and whatnot, and basically, and that's what Asura said that, oh, everything's going to plan. My plan to sabotage her tea party is going to plan. Once everybody takes the cake, that is covered in mustard. So basically, somehow Asura must covered the cake in mustard powder somehow. And anyway, once Weaver got his slice of the cake, he smelled the mustard out. After smelling the cake, he figured that the cake must have been poisoned by some assassin, and basically he went across tables and stopped the princess from eating the cake that he thought it was poison and whatnot, and basically in the process, started a food fight with Ikai and whatnot, and basically the princess was kind of devastated that Karaki. So that Karaki, caused this big mess, and basically was pissed off that Karaki, ruined the cake, ruined the tea party and the cake that he planned for the tea party and whatnot. So basically, Karaki couldn't really say what the reason why he did that. He couldn't really say what is his reason why he couldn't really state it to everybody that that he's really a ninja undercover. He thought that the cake was poison, and basically he just just pretended that I just had to freak out, and just laugh, and went inside to clean himself up and whatnot. The princess was devastated after what Karaki did and whatnot, and that's when Hime said that, Hime was you should apologize to the princess. So basically, I know, but I did the right thing because I think that the cake was poison. But it turns out that Hime said no, the cake wasn't poison. Seemed like the cake was covered in mustard powder somehow. So the cake was covered in mustard powder somehow. So basically, Karaki figured that so somebody must have somehow covered the cake in mustard powder somehow. But how? So basically, they're inside the princess' house, and basically the servant let them look around and whatnot, and basically see where the cake was stored, and they saw an open window. They figured out that Asura must have had Neon use her drone to spray mustard powder on the cake. So basically, Crocky said that in case of the detective skills for Hime's help, he basically told the reason why I did what I did, because I noticed that the cake was covered in mustard powder. So basically, I have proof that that Asura used Neon, that had Neon use her drone to spray mustard powder on your cake that you made. So basically, he said that's the reason why I did what I did, because I didn't want anybody to eat that cake that was covered with mustard powder. It was all Asura. It was Asura's idea. Asura was we're charged in the night at first, but we found the proof that it was one of Neon's drones. He found the drone that Neon used to sprayed the cake with mustard powder and whatnot, and basically she started to draw neon. So Ozma drew neon on the bus, and she's like, that was kind of messed up, and the princess started to really, got pissed at neon, like, and basically Ozma was fine, which was kind of like, sorry to the princess and whatnot, like, I broke my ass off, and, the princess started to flip out, and everybody was like, there was a pause, but like everybody was like, oh, was kind of the lead that the princess, really show herself for what type of person she is, that that she is a stuck up, a stuck up noble princess, but she is a noble kid just like them, like that, and basically, and Karaki decided to help fix the tea party by getting some teriyaki, and everybody still had a good time and whatnot. And after the tea party was over, Karaki said that you're very helpful to me in my mission. So basically, like, I'll tell you what, I'll let you help me out, guarding the princess and with my mission and whatnot. So basically, like, he was happy and whatnot, and just running around and whatnot, but Weaver was thinking that, even though I see, I said that, but still, I won't get her fully involved with my mission attacking the princess. If things get dangerous, I will make sure that she won't get hurt. So basically, Karaki, like, had no choice but to let Hime help him. She's been very helpful to Karaki and whatnot. And so basically, Hime's been very helpful with Karaki getting close to the princess and whatnot. So basically, like, I'll let you help me, protect the princess and all whatnot. But, at the same time, he's thinking that, he doesn't really want her to get fully involved with her mission, with his mission and whatnot. And so basically, the episode ended with Karaki and Hime walking home from the tea party, and basically that's how that episode ended. So anyway, this episode was okay. So anyway, what do you guys think? Good, bad, or just okay? Let me know. Anyway, signing off. 1,